Greetings, gamers. Today, I'm going to explain to you how to beat Street Fighter Arcade. One credit clear, hardest difficulty. Now, if you go on to the inner tubes and the forum posts, people be pooing on this game. They'll tell you stuff like, nobody cares if you one credit clear Street Fighter Arcade. Nobody cares if you beat that game. That game's broken. They'll tell you the game's broken, the game sucks, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, that might be true, but I don't know, man. There's games that people say suck, and I like playing them. And this is one of them. I like playing this game. And it's not hard to one credit clear, but it is impossible to one credit clear if you don't know how to use an arcade stick. I mean, you could maybe get away with it if you were playing on a keyboard, but I mean, keyboard play is gross, my dudes. Like, I play guys on Fightcade and they're playing on keyboards and they got really good execution, but it just makes you feel like a little bitch playing on a keyboard, man. It's just, I don't know. I don't got words for it, but I ain't doing it. I'm playing on an arcade stick. And that's the crux of the biscuit here. Like, you could not execute on a fight pad to the standard this game demands and get your special moves off. You need to know how to special move in this game. That's how you play. You ain't doing your normal moves in this game. You're doing, like you just seen me, just dragon punch your way to victory. 3 dragon punches and homeboy's dead. If they're really close to you, 1 dragon punch will take them out. And yeah, the fireballs are pretty powerful too. So that's all you're doing on offense. And I'm pretty good with a pad with fighting games. I'm not pretty good. I am good. But so here's the thing. So Street Fighter 2 has demanding inputs. Like it has pretty strict inputs compared to, say, like Street Fighter 5 or 4. But Street Fighter 1 here, the original, the inputs on this are ridiculous, like how strict it is. You hear that? You can hear friggin' Blanca in the background going, oh, oh. But yeah, that's the thing, man, is the button inputs are so strict on this game. It just, your moves don't come out when you're using a pad. And pads, you're not going to get precise inputs with a pad. With an arcade stick, you can. But if you're trying to just pick up an arcade stick your first day and play this game, it's not going to happen. It takes months of playing on an arcade stick till you can consistently get your moves out. And even then, right? So even after you're good on an arcade stick and you come to this game, you're not going to immediately get your moves out. There's some fuckery on this game, like, in order to get your moves out. And I watched this guy, I think his name's Michael Chan, something Chan. Fuck, I feel bad not knowing his name. But he's a famous Street Fighter Third Strike player. Like, he's the guy that Diego fucked up with that Diego parry thing. Well, that dude has a YouTube channel, and he beat this game, and he was talking about how to do it. And when he tries to throw a fireball, he does forward, half circle forward, and then releases all 3 buttons. Like, that's some eldritch shit to try to throw a fireball. All I do when I throw a fireball in this game is quarter circle forward and release the weak punch. That's how I do it. And notice that there's a thing here where you got to release the punch. Like, you can't, I don't know, you can still just press the punch button and that works, but I found it works better when you actually release the punch. So, like, your input is you push the punch button down to throw a fireball, and then you do the motion, quarter circle forward, and you release it at the end of the quarter circle forward, and that's how you get your fireball out. And I just use the weak punch, because if you throw a heavy punch and you whiff, you're at a frame disadvantage. And the same thing with the dragon punch, except you do the dragon punch motion, which is forward, down, diagonal, down, and punch button. And again, I use negative edge. I release the punch button to get that dragon punch out. And a thing is, on this game, you got a dragon punch. And I couldn't get it to come out. I'm like, why the fuck ain't my dragon punch coming out? Like, I can do it in Street Fighter 2 just fine. Well, it's so strict that you have to lock into the corner. Like, so you do forward, down, diagonal, down, forward. And on that diagonal down, forward, where the last like motion, you need to just leave it in the corner. Like dig your stick into the corner there. Like, don't just tap the corner, like dig it into the corner and leave it there. And then release your punch and it'll come out every time. And that's the, oh, check that out. That's the hurricane kick there. I just threw that out for fun. Like, you don't really need, like, the hurricane kick's kind of useless in this game. Like, the points at which you would use it, you can dragon punch. And the dragon punch is just OP in this game. Like, you can just dragon punch your way to victory. Like, if you just keep dragon punching, like, you're invincible when you're dragon punching, except for when you land, like that last frame. So you could just mash dragon punch all the way through this. But anyways, that hurricane kick, like, when you could use that, you could just dragon punch. But like I said, you're better with the dragon punch. And there's a lot of enemies in this game, like the guys from China, and then the last two bosses, Aiden and Sagat, they jump in on you. And when they do their jump in, you have to dragon punch. Like, if you can't fireball, or the normal moves just don't seem to work. I will use, the only normal moves I use is the weak kick, crouching weak kick. Like, if somebody's real close to me, I'll do crouching weak kick to kind of push them back. And then I might even throw in a crouching heavy kick to push them back further. And then I start in on my dragon punch fireball game. And that's kind of it with the strats on this game. I usually start in China. If you go to China first, then your next place you go is Britain. And those enemies are the hardest for me. Like, they might beat me. So if you, like, I try to whiff it when you do this bonus stage, because you can hear Blanca in the background. Listen. Hear that? It's Blanca. He's like, aroo, aroo, aroo. Like, he's back there. Like, I don't know. I'm looking at all those heads in the background, and I look for Blanca, but I mean, I can hear him, but I don't see him. But you know he's there. Yeah, my dudes. This arcade game was at my local arcade when I was a kid. And it always would frustrate me, because I could do the special moves on the arcade stick in the arcade in Street Fighter 2. Like, they had that Street Fighter 2 at my arcade. Of course they did. They had it everywhere. But then I'd come over to Street Fighter 1, and I knew there were special moves, but they just wouldn't come out. And everybody thinks they're broken. Like, oh, they just don't work in this game. Well, they work. They're strict. You can't just, like, dragon punch and just tap the corner. You have to dig into the corner to get them to come out, to get that dragon punch out. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've been playing in an arcade stick. Like when I play online, I play Fightcade online. I've been playing exclusively arcade stick for, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months now. And it feels like a major achievement for me that I can play this game now, because I've been playing on arcade stick. And, like, before, like, trying to play this on pad is just ridiculous. And that's part of why people talk shit on this game, because most people probably play on pad. And it's not rocking, guys. You got to arcade stick it. Or I don't know, if someone out there with a keyboard try this out and let me know. Like, I feel like you could probably pull this off with a keyboard. But yeah, see, look, we're playing, I think they call this guy Mike right here. Obvious Mike Tyson ripoff. You know, this is Boxer. You know, this is what would you call it? Kind of the template for what Boxer became, you know, and later in Street Fighter. And then also, earlier we fought a ninja. Like, that's Claw. Like, that's the idea for Claw. In Street Fighter 2, they wanted to have a ninja, but they already had Japanese characters. So they're like, well, what, you know, and they also, in Street Fighter 2, they want to have characters from around the world. And they needed a Spanish character. So that's what Claw is, or excuse me, you guys might call him Vega. But Vega Claw, he's a Spanish ninja. And, you know, you got him in this game too. You got that ninja with the claw. So I just, playing this game, I get the Street Fighter vibes. It just feels cool to me to see all these characters, you know, that, like Aiden, you see him in Alpha, like characters you see later. Like you fight Sagat here in a little bit. And some of their moves, like Aiden has this weird, like that weird drop kick thing. He has some shit like that in Alpha too. But yeah, he goes down like a bitch to the Dragon Punch. I mean, everybody does, man. The DP is OP. Like I was saying, it's invincible except for when you land. And these guys that jump in on you, you just gotta DP them. Like there's no other way around. I don't know. It'd be cool to try to play this game 2-player and play on Fightcade and see if anyone else will play it. And see if there's more strats, like see if maybe you could not Dragon Punch, and maybe if you crouch and hit Heavy Punch or something, there's another anti-air. But I never found another anti-air in this game besides Dragon Punch. Oh, here's the last boss here, Sagat, man. I don't know, something about him, he's just weird looking, like his legs look like some old man legs. But yeah, I ain't messing around on this dude. We're just gonna DP our way to victory. You get mad points for that Dragon Punch and the Hadouken. It actually was annoying to me playing this game because you got so many points. Like, I'm like, shit, man, just get the points gone already, man. I want to fight. Like you see right there, me throw the fireball. Like when you hit guys with the fireball in this game, it's like super satisfying. The screen slows down and it's like, wham, like you feel like you really did something when you, like he fireballed me there and the screen slows down. Oh, well, there it is. That's Street Fighter. I keep wanting to call it Street Fighter 1, but at this point, they didn't even know they were going to make a second one, so it's just straight Street Fighter. But yeah, that's it. Street Fighter Arcade. One credit clear. Like it just took me like a couple days actually to figure out how to get these moves out. And then once I figured out how to get the moves out, I beat this game immediately. And like I was saying, like if you look online, people got some eldritch shit how to get the moves out. Like you don't need to do that. Like the trick is use negative edge. Like so release your button and the Dragon Punch, just dig into that corner. And like I said, you got to have an arcade stick. But yeah, man, go out there and beat some hard games for me, guys.